So if you can cool here with Nuke from Motograter. How you doing, man?
I'm awesome. Thanks for having me.
Not a problem, man. So I understand you guys are about to jump back on the road. Is that right?
Yeah, we're gearing up right now. We're gonna head out. Guess the tour starts in Vegas on the 6th of May. So
now there is some lineup changes.
Well, it's Motograter. There usually is, but yeah, we have 3 new people in the band, and we feel like it's kind of a blood infusion. There was, for whatever reasons, without going into it, I guess I could use the cliched response that people go their separate ways, and certain people follow certain paths in life, and our path is going one way, and the people that used to be in this band, although we love them, their paths are diverging in a different direction, and that's all I really want to say about that. The new people are awesome. We have Aeon Cruz on bass, and dude, I don't know if you know about her, but she's incredible. I can't believe she's even in our band right now. She's gonna make some waves in this industry for sure.
Is she gonna go in the paint too?
Oh yeah, for sure. I asked her to join the band, and she's like, "Yay, I want it." She's a fan and everything. And she called me back. Or she texted me back. She's like, "What about the paint?" Like, we'll just put you in a sports bra and paint you up like one of the guys. And she's like, "All right, I'm in." It's like, so yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Like, I can't wait to start jamming with her. She's gonna be arriving in California on the 1st, so it's coming up pretty quick.
Awesome. Now, you mentioned that you don't want to stir the shit up with ex-members.
Right.
But they are too directly are going quite verbal.
Well, look, this is the deal. I mean, one of the people is insisting on steering the pot, and that's fine. I don't care. If you want to make yourself look bad, send out more mass emails. Am I an asshole? Am I hard to work with? Yeah, you bet your ass I am. And that's just the way it is. I mean, there's certain things have to be a certain way, and the longer that I'm in this business, the more I realize that I was retarded. I wasn't thinking correctly when I would dole out business responsibilities to people that were in my band. It used to be my old singer that would book all the shows and handle all the business, and then it was my drummer who had his own little label, and you dealt with the daily minutia of the business aspect of Motograter. But I found 2 things since I was forced to take over the business end of my own band, and first, I really like it. That's one thing I found out. I was always afraid to deal with the business side of things. I didn't want to deal with it. I just wanted to play my guitar, but I really like dealing with people and managers and publicists and people that are the A&R for our drums and for our cymbals and for our guitars. And one thing I really do like it. I like people. I like chatting. Obviously, I got a big mouth. And the second thing is that I really like it. I'm good at it and I like it. So it's been kind of a pleasant surprise for me. As far as people slinging mud, look, if I was a drummer that was complaining online about my various injuries, trying to garner sympathy because I couldn't play my own songs correctly, night in and night out, look, being a drummer in an L band is a very physical thing. And with that being said, if you can't do it, it's time to move on. And if you're going to make excuses about it, then I'm not going to live there. Either you can or you can't. And if you quit the band, you throw a big fit, you take your girlfriend, who you always had to have a girlfriend on tour with you, for one, which is totally unprofessional, but something that I allowed to happen, which I won't ever again. That was my bad. But if you grab your girlfriend out and say, this tour's over, I'm flying home, Uber away, and then what do you think I'm going to do? I got another drummer. I got on the phone. I had a tour to finish. So that's what I did. He came back and said, why are you telling everybody I quit? Well, because you did. And the thing is then as soon as you quit, everybody was glad. Because, you know, it's sometimes it's really hard to be on tour with people that don't want to be on tour. And being on tour with that person, he made everyone else miserable just by proxy. So that's that, you know? Good riddance, in my opinion. And our new drummer, Ryan Ramirez, is a flat-out badass. And that's someone who I want to play music with. Someone that loves playing drums, plays drums every day, and is all about drums. Not about excuses. Okay? And there's my statement on that. How's that?
Perfect.
All right.
Now, do you own your email address and your website, or does that certain person?
No, look, dude. It looks like that dude has, the Motograter.com or whatever. I think we have Motograter1.com now. And, if I have to sue him, okay, whatever. If I have to go after him, I know he's defamed my character with the puke image and the scum across my picture on my band's old website. This is connected to one of his emails. Sorry for the ringing in on the other line, but
not a problem.
But look, I've chosen to take the high road on this. I've kind of refused to respond, even when I see the dudes doing a comedy tour. I went on YouTube and checked it out. And you know what? More power to him. I support that. But let me give you my honest opinion. He went down in flames, and it was hard to watch. There was one really good joke. It's about a minute in. If you want to check out Noah Shark Robertson, anyone that does comedy, you can YouTube it. And the best joke, and the only funny thing he says, is about a minute in where he says, yeah, so I'm a drummer. All right, enough about that. No, I don't want to be negative, but at some point you got to, I guess you got to defend yourself,
I don't blame you whatsoever, man. I mean, I didn't want to keep on bringing this up, but I've never gotten an email that looks like it's an official release, and then seeing what I seen. You know what I mean?
Well, I think a lot of people in the industry are appalled. People don't like being mass emailed in the first place. But he continues to stick his foot, in his ass, and that's fine because the guy's a bumbling mess, dude. I was in a band with him, and I watched him basically self-destruct from him going through his girlfriend's phone, flipping out, and saying that she was texting someone else to try to kicking her out in the middle of a highway in the middle of the night. Type of stalker shit, man. And dude, the guy just, it's pretty sad. He did everything he could to see the destruction of this band. He's gone and cajoled, and he texts members of the band, quit, let's all start a new band, fuck Nuke, all this shit. And guess what, dude? It's not gonna work. The people that we have in this lineup right now are really happy to be here, and I think we're gonna surprise people on the 6th. I think it's gonna be kind of a whole new era. You're gonna see this band out for blood. We have a brand new management. Jack's Rocks with Mikey Doling from Snot. Everybody likes Mikey. Everybody's rooting for Mikey, and so am I, for sure, because he's my manager now. It's I got to tell you, it's surreal. We did the shooting of this new video in Los Angeles, and there's Mikey Dolan sitting down, and, he's the manager of Motograter now. It just seems like seems so fitting. I can remember watching Mikey trying to get into the one of the clubs in San Diego or Santa Barbara, Toe's Tavern, I think it was. It sold out. We were like on the corner looking in the window at this band that was blowing up, Snot, you know. And then later playing with them, with my old band, Curiosity Killed the Cop, and becoming friends with Lynn. And, yeah, that's a whole long story, man. You're going to have to get the book because, you know, the same day he died on that stretch of 101 freeway that I'm so familiar with, being from California and living on the Central Coast, having to drive to Los Angeles. You know, on that same stretch of highway, you know, I went to prison that day, you know. I took the Grey Goose, man, and I didn't find out about his passing until, you know, I think I've been in prison for over a month, and I received a letter. And, yeah, of course it broke my heart. I was just talking with Mikey about Lynn today, and we're laughing and just, you know, I just said how I miss him, and I know Mikey does too. I think, you know, obviously that was a huge loss, but it's weird how the story kind of ties in, you know?
Oh, for sure, man. But it's definitely cool that you guys were able to make something out of it in the long run.
Well, yeah, you know, I've always, you know, if it wasn't for my daughter and for music, you know, there's no way I'd be alive. You know, it's been my savior, you know. Music has always been there for me. Even when I didn't give to it, even when I neglected music, you know, she was always, you know, waiting for me when I returned. So it's kind of heavy, but yeah, that's what's up.
Now, you mentioned you guys shot a video. Is that off of Desolation, or did you guys record some new material?
No, this is going to be the second single from the album Desolation, and it's kind of going to coincide with the re-release of the record, where it's going to vinyl. That's going to drop in July, and we're all very excited, you know, to have a record, man. You know, I didn't get one with the first one, so I'm really looking forward to it. I kind of grew up having records, Kiss records, and, you know, Led Zeppelin records, Van Halen records. But, so that's kind of a special honor for me, and everybody in the band's looking forward to that. We did the album with Lord Matt Zane directing, and we shot it in Los Angeles. And it's going to be premiered here in probably about 2 weeks. And it's for the song Daggers, which is the seventh track on the album Desolation. We're really proud of it.
Awesome, man. I'm looking forward to seeing the video. I love the track.
Dude, I'll mail it to you. Is this, like, if you give me your cell phone number or whatever, I'll shoot it to you so you can check it out.
Awesome, man. That'd be great.
Cool, bro.
Now, you mentioned that you guys got a vinyl coming out in July. You see, that is cool. I always like when I see something I can get my hands on and, like, actually hold. You know, not only is it a nice piece of artwork, it's something that you don't get anymore. I mean, everyone's so quick to download an album, or you don't get to hold music physically. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. I definitely do. And it's weird because, you know, I'm older, so I'm kind of old school anyways. Just by proxy, I'm old school. And, you know, I remember growing up and having vinyl, you know, before smartphones and before, you know, downloading music was when I thought. And, and that's kind of how, I use digital format a lot these days, but I still have CDs, you know, and I still have a record collection and a turntable, and I like the sound of vinyl. It's a little bit warmer, and there's a definite difference, and there's that kind of thing, that tradition of, like, taking the record out of the sleeve, putting it on, dusting it with your little duster, you know, and just setting the needle down, just a little, it's kind of a tradition, you know, it's pretty, it can be, to some, I'm sure it's sacred, so, yeah.
You know what I always love? I love when I see a younger kid buying an album at a show. And I know for a fact they have no fucking clue what they just picked up, man.
Well, I was reading Duff McKagan's book. I think it's his second book, How to Be a Man. And he was he was saying how his daughters were getting into music, and the first time they had a record, they're like, "Dad, you can play both sides." He's like, "Yeah, you can."
Yeah.
I like CD,
It's got to be a surprise to some of these kids when they find out there's something inside of it. They thought they just bought themselves a thick poster.
What the fuck is this Hollywood thing, man?
It's a fucking Frisbee? What is this?
Yeah, awful waste of space.
So, how has rehearsals been with the new band?
Well, they've been rad. Ryan actually flew out here from Denver, and it's interesting how we rehearsed for a week before we were thinking maybe we could throw a gig in and raise some money, but we realized that that was just going to be too much of a pain in the ass, especially with James. He had to fly in from North Carolina, and so he was only here for actually one day. And so, but instead of just flying Ryan in at last minute and having him know the song, we actually rehearsed the song for a week. And then so when we went to film it in this warehouse in downtown Los Angeles, we were, he was really familiar with the song and other Motograter material. So rehearsals have been really rad with him because Ryan's a special cat. For anybody listening, go make a note, go to YouTube and look up Murder of Crows, My Girl, and you'll see him drumming on that. Sean Cran from Slipknot actually directed that video and was involved with that band, trying to get him signed. And he was also in a band called Synthetic Delusion out of Denver, super heavy, kind of technical, almost Meshuggah-y band. And for the last 10 years, he's been raising his daughter, so he's just been kind of laying low. And so I got in touch with him, and he's in the band now. He's one of my favorite drummers of all time. The guy's just a monster. He's a beast. Wait till you see him. He's really kind of he's kind of a showy drummer. He flicks a lot, and he's just, it's my kind of guy. Ryan Ramirez, he's gonna shake things up. So we're really stoked to have him. And also, Aeon, the bass player, is from Denver, so our rhythm section's from Denver. And our new Motograter is kind of is a guy named Casey Cahill. It's kind of an interesting story because Casey used to work for Motograter as a tech, and I've traveled all over the country with him. He's just a really, really good guy. And so he kind of fell into that position, and we're really stoked to have him there. He's not going anywhere, so that position's solidified. And then, it's me and Jesse and James and Zero. So there's 7 of us now. And, I would expect this lineup to stay solidified for a minute. So.
See, one thing people don't realize is that when you are a metal band and you have to do things like tour constantly and be in close quarters and stuff like that, it's not always going to be, fucking sunshines and rainbow. You know what I mean?
No, especially if you throw alcohol and drugs in the mix, People become grumpy, and, there were people in the band that, we were showing up to shows, and they were, starting to drink. We get to the venue at 12 in the afternoon for sound check. So by the time, you can imagine, 10 hours later when we're going on for our headlining set, people are in the can, man, just drunk. And then dealing with people after the show. Listen, for the last few years, I've done the majority of the driving in Motograter because I just don't trust anyone else,
right?
Quite frankly, And until I have enough money to pay someone that's a professional and is sober, I'd rather do it myself. So it's a real tough thing to drive 10 hours to a show, and then have to unload the equipment, sound check, clean up, and then wash this paint off in the sink. Most times in cold, lubie crusted fucking sinks with cold water and pink soap. and then have a dude that's been drinking constantly throughout the day yell at me to load equipment. It's not something that I'm ever going to put up with again. So everyone can deduce and do the math for themselves. When we just let a person go that had taken a leave of absence to watch his brother, who's, quadriplegic and has been that way for a really long time. And that's an unfortunate thing. We've always supported that. If you have to take a leave of absence, go ahead. But as with any job, if you just leave and don't pay attention or contact the boss or, if you've treated people a certain way, shoving Jesse off the stage, behavior, I've seen a dude raise his hands to his girlfriend who was also on tour with us. So that's it right there. I'm done. I'm not putting up with that bullshit, especially now that we have a woman in the band. It's not going to go down like that, We're into we're 17, 18 years into a new millennium, and just the barbaric, alcoholic, asshole behavior is not something that I'm going to tolerate anymore, ever. So there's that.
See, I think we're in a fucked up time in music, so to speak, just because of the internet and social media. I mean, you see bands do lineup changes and go through with not a hitch. Now, with social media, everyone's got a voice. Fans want to take a side. They want to chip in and start making little snarky comments. I mean,
I made a comment the other day when we announced that Aeon was joining the group. And someone said, "Hey, is she a fill-in?" And I said, "No, because she's not." And people started to wig out, And also at the same time, my former bass player made as soon as he saw that, he made a Facebook announcement. But this has been coming for a year, and he hasn't been involved with Motograter for over a year. What was it, April, the last time we were ending our last tour with Dope, or Head PE, with that dude. And, when that dude first went out on the road years ago, and, in his early 20s, he was the darling of, everyone loved him. He was just happy to be, getting out of the Central Coast. That morphed over the last decade or so into someone that's very bitter and very abusive. And I'm just, it's deeply upsetting to me, to have to, be so terse with someone that I feel is kind of a family member. But in the reality of things, him and I haven't gotten along for a long time, and I just don't feel that he has any sort of respect for me, for the music, for anyone involved in the band. He hasn't even met Zero. He had no, it's just, look, I don't want to sling mud, but I'm just over it. I can't, I have to surround myself with positive people at this point, people that want to be there and want to contribute. And that's just the bottom line, I don't think anyone that is in a band or that is trying to run a business should have to put up with behavior like that. And so, I've had to learn over the last year or so that, I don't have to be around negative people. I can do the business aspect of my own band, which I'm doing now, and I can be in control of that instead of just kind of throwing it up into the wind and being like, well, he's just an asshole, deal with him. It's the way he is. Well, no, that's not the way it is,
Oh.
We have to be professional about shit. And now that we have a professional manager and money backing this project and people that are ready to go, I think we're going to be just fine. And I think Motograter is going to go from a rad independent band, you know, just struggling in the midst of the corporate empire and the whatever administration. You know, struggling through the trials and tribulations of the world as it is these days. To a band that matters and that has its shit together. And our third record, bro, it's gonna be sick. We're already writing music for it right now, so I think we're gonna do it with Josh Whitman. So we're really excited about the future of Motograter.
Well, I mean, you guys deserve it. I mean, you put in your dues, you put in the hard work, and it sounds like you finally put your foot down and got everything turned around to where you want it to be.
Yeah, I guess so, huh?
Now,
man, you know what? I appreciate you having me on your show to, like, give me this platform to even say this. I wasn't planning to, like, you know, do this, but it feels good, actually. So thank you.
Well, thank you for taking the time out and speaking with me about this. Not everybody would want to bring forward some of the bullshit that goes on behind the scenes. You know what I mean?
Right, and you know, I think it's a positive thing because you get to clarify. You know, I can't go on the internet and be like, hey, look, you know, I'm sorry, but this is, you know, I have to do it. You know, it just doesn't work that way. I can't type fast enough.
Right. Not only that, you got a million assholes fucking chiming in being like, oh, fuck you.
Shit, my own cousin was calling me, like, he just had every name in the book thrown at me. I was like, what? I messaged him. I'm like, why don't you tell me how you really feel, bro?
Yeah. It's like, hey, don't let Mark Zuckerberg get you guys fucked up. You know what I mean?
Right. Dude, do you see some of the memes of him, dude? This is so funny. Oh, my God. He's like a lizard.
Yeah, I seen the one where he was drinking water. It says, look at this robot drinking water for the first time.
I need to hydrate my internal organs. Oh my God, that's funny.
So, on this tour right here, you're going to have your hands full. I mean, you're handling the business aspect. You're doing, you know, obviously the driving. From what you're telling me, you're doing the whole shebang.
Yeah, it's the whole kit and caboodle. But you know, I wouldn't have it any other way. But I think this will be our last band tour. Thank God. We've done 70,000 miles in the last 2.5 years in Betty. We call her Betty White. It's our white Ford Econoline van. You know, bless her heart. She's just, I don't know how many oil changes she's had and how many different sets of tires, but I think we'll be, you know, graduating from a bus to at least an RV, if not from a van to an RV, if not an actual bus, like the big boys. Yay!
Well, that'll make things easier too, man. It's got to be hard fucking, you know?
Dude, people are actually like sleeping in between the seats in the van, you know? Yeah, wake up with like dreams of like, you know, strangling. You know, there's one like defect in the Ford vans, and I think any touring van will tell you this. In order to defrost the windows, which when you have when you have 4 to 12 people in the damn car, you have to do, right?
Yeah.
When it's raining. When you defrost those windows, the heat, the vents from the floor go on full. So anybody that's laying on the floor, it's just like, I'm dying. Wake up burning, you know? Like, what are you doing? Poor sons of bitches. Oh, man. It's pretty funny.
So you mentioned that you guys are actually in the process of writing a new album.
Yeah, actually we are.
When can we expect that? End of the year, early next year?
Early next year, I'd say. And it's funny because we have people crying for more dates. You know, this tour is, although it is going to be extended, it looks like we're going to be going out. We're adding like 9 more shows onto this tour, although I don't believe we've announced it yet, with Terry Universal. So it looks like we're going to do 9 more shows on this tour, and then we have a few select festival shows in the summer. But after that, like, we're shutting it down. Mikey wants the new record, and so Mikey gets what Mikey wants. And we're really, it's the few tracks that Jesse and I have been working on right now, they're super heavy, but there's always you're gonna have those choruses. I can't get away from writing like that. It's just kind of my style, I guess. But it's heavy, and it's gonna. This next record is gonna be the heaviest Motograter by far, and I can't wait for it.
Awesome, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Yeah, me too, bro.
Now, people want to follow up. They want to see the tour dates. They want to buy the meet and greets for the show. They want to see when the single's actually going to be released. Where do they go now? What do they do to get everything Motograter?
Well, look, we're getting our actual .com page squared away, and that will be up. But you can go to Facebook, /Motograter, and hit us up on there. And you can also follow us on Instagram. We're on there. You can message us, talk to us, whatever. It's mostly me that is policing, the messages or whatever, answering the messages. But sometimes James does it as well. But yeah, if you want to know anything about Moto, you can go to those sites and you look for, announcements on the metal wire and all over, the PRB and Blabbermouth about this new video. And the new video, there's two cuts actually of the video. We've been waiting for the second cut to come in, and we got it last night, and so we made the decision on the two versions of the video, which one we're going to use. And so I look for that to be released in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
And is there a pre-sale on the vinyl?
I believe there is, and you have to go to EMP at Facebook, the EMP label group, and I guess they've kind of merged with Combat Records now too, which is kind of cool. Remember old Combat Records?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, Tommy Azart's running the show over there along with Dave Elson, and it's kind of weird. Like Dave's the boss, and I love Megadeth, so it's just great. It's just been a really good being with EMP and being with Tom and Dave. It's been a blessing for Motograter. I'm stoked to be, part of the family. Shout out.
All right, man. I thank you for your time. I look forward to the tour kicking off in May, and I can't wait to see what new and better things come from this great lineup that you set up.
Right on, man. That's awesome. Thanks for having me once again.
All right, man. Take care.